Hey there, it's Jess Dahlberg here. Are you fed up with feeling frustration and distraction in your day? Is it affecting your performance in your business every day? You might say, no, it's not. I'm not letting it affect my performance. But do you find sometimes when you're frustrated and you step into your work that your staff are no longer knocking on the door and coming in to share with you, or that they in the morning stand-up call that they are not sharing ideas or what's getting in the way of their performance? Now, I know it's not easy. It is okay. We do show up and sometimes then feel frustrated, but there is a cost on our performance. Now, I've been working in the HR management, corporate HR management for 17 years, and I've seen this 1,000 times. There is a significant impact on performance when we are showing up being frustrated in our work, not just on our own performance, but on the performance of others. Now, I know it's tough when stuck in frustration, and as entrepreneurs, there's no one really there to hold us accountable. So we need a way to hold ourselves accountable. Now, you might say, well, I hold myself to very high standards, and I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. Now, I used to say that too, but the fact is we are energetic beings, meaning we are emotional beings. We are hardwired to feel others' energy and emotions. That's how we know how to respond. And that's what our brain uses to know how to respond. So unless you've been practicing how to shift frustration into being what you want to be, then most likely you are shoving it under the carpet and sticking a smile on your face and showing up. Or worse, you are using other people's energy to lift you up rather than being the one who lifts other people up. So as a certified high performance coach, I learned this skill of how to identify and practice being the best version of who I am for the last 4 years. And it's made a huge shift in my business, huge impact on my business. In fact, it's earned me thousands of dollars. So there is a huge leap between feeling frustration and actually intentionally practicing the character traits of being the best version of who we are. Actually feeling that feeling. So if the best version of who I am is to be connected or to be driven or whatever it is for you, then I'm actually feeling those that in my body as I'm operating my day. That's the difference, right? So let me show you. Now this high performance skill sits within a much larger strategy called the Top Tech Entrepreneurs Program, which I coach. But I'm just going to show you this one skill today. So there's 5 steps to it. And the first step is I want you to start by closing your eyes. And and start to bring your attention inwards, because identifying the best version of you ain't out there, it's inside of you. Now, hopefully you're sitting down, and I want you to sit down with your back straight and closed eyes, and then I want you to start to take 5 to 7 deep breaths in and out through your nose. So 5 to 7 deep breaths in and out of your nose. If you have something in your hands, just let that go. Put your hands somewhere where your shoulders are relaxed. If you feel tension in your shoulders or in your neck or in your jaw, let that go. Use the breath to let that go. Now, after those 5 to 7 breaths, I want you to come back to normal breathing. I want you to keep your eyes closed. Now, in a moment, I'm going to ask you a question that I want you to answer with your eyes closed. And the question is, what words would describe the most high-performing version of you? What words would describe the most high-performing version of you? Now, you probably have a number of words flying around in your head right now that are coming up, and that's okay. But you want to really land on 3 words, just 3 words. And once you've identified those 3 words, I want you to open your eyes and then write those words down, preferably with a pen and paper somewhere around you. And once you have those 3 words, now it's how do you practice these words? So this is something that's going to guide you intentionally in your day so that you can show up being the best version of who you are, so that you can get the best results for yourself, and also feeling, good along the journey. So how will you remember? Now, people use lots of different techniques. It could be a reminder on the phone, or it could be an alarm on the phone with the 3 words as a label. It could be written on the bathroom mirror, or it could be as a sticky note on the laptop. There's so many different ways that you can have these words up around to remind you. Now, you want these words to see these words and read these words at least twice a day. So if you have them as a reminder on your phone, make sure that there's a reminder that goes off twice a day on your phone. And when those words come up, I want you to actually check in with yourself to say, am I living these words right now? And if you are, great. If you're not, then, what do you have to do right there and then to shift yourself more into those words? So the practice is to know what the words are and then to be living the words so that you actually have the experience of it. And then I want you to pay close attention to what shifts in your day. Pay very close attention. So I want you to practice this for at least 7 to 10 days, even longer if you can, and see what shifts. Now, I had a client who had this tendency to fly off the handle, like he's very passionate and he's a wonderful human being, but he has a tendency to fly off the handle very quickly. And it was an issue for him in that people was not sure how to respond around him. And so he practiced this for a couple of months, and there was a huge shift in his business, in the performance of his staff, in how he felt about himself and how he was showing up, and also in terms of his connection with his partner significantly improved. So try this, see what happens, and really take note of the shift. Hopefully this was helpful, and I'll chat to you soon.